Hello, everybody. My name is Sophie Jupia-Posey. I'm a French-Venezuelan writer, musician, and teacher. And today I am going to do a reading of my upcoming novella called Between the Living and the Dead. Here it is. You can also see the cover in the background. So the novella is coming out June 10th on Amazon and other retailers. The novella is also available at Book Dragon in Stockton-on-Tees in the UK. Personalized copies can be ordered directly from me as well. So it'll be available in ebook and paperback. So definitely hit me up for more information. I have a website with a newsletter. All the links to find the book will be included in the video and down below. So I will do a reading of the first chapter, part of the first chapter of the book, and we will go from there. So it is a young adult mystery / mythology coming of age story, and it is heavily influenced by my life, my search for my origins as I am adopted, and my love for anything mythological and paranormal. I am of Latin American descent from the Andes Mountains, and my character, Kavia, is of Peruvian descent. So slight differences, but similar vibes. The first chapter is called Dusk. I knew something was wrong when dusk wasn't followed by night. It was happening again, my third time this year. The sun just set over the hills, but the light froze, as if a greedy hand had seized it and squeezed it. The motes of ashen light trickled through the violet clouds into my bedroom window. I passed my hand through the dull sunbeam, my brown color paling as it mingled with the dusk. Even my gold leaf bracelet lost its luster and glow. The hoarse calling of Tia Luz Marina for dinner time quieted and softened until her always angry-sounding voice was nothing but a hush. That time, I held still and breathed slowly, slitting my eyes until my vision doubled. Focus on the intangible, I coaxed myself. The withered light impregnated every corner, every detail of my messy room. It turned into ghosts of the coloring books, the woolen dolls, the half-empty bottles of acrylic paint. When it fell on the spirits of my deceased friends, Nico and Angelica, sitting on the floor by my bed, it brought them further into focus. The queer dusk light slipped into my short bathroom hallway and vanished. I stared at that dark entryway, convinced there was something more there. For years I'd been telling Tia Luz Marina that there were ghosts in the bathroom, but she tossed the notion aside. She said believing in ghosts was a gringa thing. Yet, when I pressed her on ghosts and gods from stories of our Peruvian culture, she shied away. I tossed 6 dice to Angelica, reassured that time had frozen. The clock's hands didn't move, and I couldn't hear my Tia anymore. Like I said, that wasn't my first time. People at school talked about hormones and pimples and sex. Yet, that stuff washed over me, like Tia Luz Marina's comments that I was dishonoring our heritage. Yes, I didn't know how to speak Spanish well. I dressed like an American, and I had no idea who my parents were or the rest of the family. But I am the new generation that lives in the new world. We are without roots. I wished I knew what had happened in the last year. Why suddenly I began seeing dead friends and people walking in the streets. The dead strangers paid me no mind. They always seemed in a rush, like they had crucial business to finish. My friends flocked to me and wanted to hang out exactly like how we used to before their death. We took walks together, we played, we joked around, we read, we poked fun at stodgy-looking people. I knew I wasn't crazy. The world shifted and dimmed around me every time, time pausing as if confused at the shifting reality. I asked Angelica, "Where are you guys going tonight?" "We're going downstairs, I think," she said in her sweet, high-pitched voice. "Yeah, we went up last time and didn't find anything cool. Besides, always going upstairs is boring," Nico said after impatiently waited his turn, eyeing his Quicks score sheet anxiously. "What is upstairs and downstairs?" I asked, already knowing the answer. "We can't tell you. Same reason you can't come with us. Yet," Angelica said, the dusk filtering into her blonde hair. Yet? That was new, but the overall message was the same. All I managed to infer was that upstairs and downstairs were some kind of heaven or hell, but my friends stayed mum on the topic. I hope downstairs will leave us alone, Nico said with a shudder. They weren't too nice last time. We need to be more discreet. He rolled his set of dice. Nico's checkered shirt flexed as he ticked off all his marks. His freckled face beamed at me. I sat on my art table, pushing away the glitter pens and pots of jewelry. They were real as I was. One time we played a Trivial Pursuit game, which a normal time should have taken 3 hours. But when my friends finally disappeared and time resumed, the penumbra around me slinking away, the clock acted like no time had passed. I wondered how much time we'd get together this visit. I never knew how long they'd stay or when they'd come. It had all started after that terrible summer last year, when all my best friends and all my pets had died. All for various reasons, but all had died. I had been so alone, until I started seeing spirits. However, this sunset freezing thing was only my 3rd time. Perhaps I would get more time as this magic event doohickey grew stronger? I contemplated my friends. They died in a hit and run. No one had any information about who had done it. My theory was I saw my friends because they couldn't move on. I wished I could help, but a selfish part of me wanted them to stay. Did you guys glean any info on your upstairs and downstairs trips? I stuttered distastefully, hating not having the specific words for those places. I flipped through my red and black notebook entitled Mysteries of Life. In it were the childhood nothings I'd thought had been mysteries. Neighbor's cat abducted, teacher missing for a month, friend's slime stolen. However, the actual solution had been easy, and in fact only my friend's slime had been stolen by her ex-boyfriend. The rest had been dramatic conjectures of a child. However, I hadn't lost my taste in detective stories. Everywhere I could find a mystery, I leapt with glee. But with Nico's and Angelica's hit and run, I tried to apply myself seriously. My notebook was now mostly filled with my notes about the circumstances of her death, photos of a crime scene, the extracts of police reports. Tia Luz Marina was still mad that I'd egged a friend's dad to give me copies of the documents for supposed internship purposes. But it had been helpful. I managed to figure out what vehicle was used, a possible motive, and a vague sensation of a male being behind her death. Don't ask me how I knew. I knew, like I knew, and accepted the craziness happening around me. Some things you learn not to question. No, Angelica sighed mournfully, sadder that Nico was winning more than anything else. Nope, but we trust you, Nico said, looking up at me hopefully. You found secrets that no one knew about. You uncovered a thieving ring at school. You found missing pets so many times, even years after they were lost. Plus, you read Agatha Christie all the time. It's bound to rub off on you. He was right. Those were all things I'd uncovered, yet I hadn't noted them in my book. I got up and punched him gently in the shoulder, my hand passing through. Speaking of Agatha Christie, I said, perking up, I found an anthology of all her Hercule Poirot stories. It's so cool. I'm like halfway through. Oh, it's time, Angelica said softly, her form dimming and vanishing. See you later, Kavia, Nico shouted, waving. They both disintegrated in the ether of a soft dusk, darkness now advancing into my room. My clock started ticking again. The tweeting of the birds resumed, and Tia Luz Marina's acrid tone belied her kind words. Gaviaka, come! I made ceviche. I got fresh shrimp from the market today. I bolted for the kitchen, my mouth watering. What else is there? Ahi de gallina, she sang bellicosely. Even better, she'd made my favorite dishes. As I looked back wistfully at my bedroom, I pondered on my own name. Kavia, Kaviache, or Kaviaka? My birth certificate was illegible. My friends called me Kavia. Tia called me Kaviaka, though she hadn't always. When I was little, she called me Kaviache. Stubborn as a rock, she'd say. Even my own name was a mystery. So that is the end of a chapter. For more news about the launch and the book, please look at the links that I have provided. Thank you for listening, and enjoy your day.